Bridget of Spirit, Bridget of the Fairy Mound, Bridget of Essence, Bridget of the Moon, Bridget of Healing, Bridget of the Common Fire, Bridget the Fairy Woman.
Imbolc, also known as Candlemass, for this is a time of year that signifies a glimmer, a hope, and a hint of spring. By using a few simple items, you can honor the Sabbat and carry on some old and new traditions. So I'm going to just show you real quick some things how I celebrate it. First of all, the stones, the white stones. The white stones, they represent spiritual guidance and for you to stay on your path. Generally around this time, we're at a crossroads. We're not sure what to do since we're inside and we're not used to being inside a lot. So you might start to get cabin fever. And what I like to do is place a piece of paper right in the middle of the crossroads and say whatever I want to do, whatever's new, whether it's writing, whatever I'm creating, getting something new. So I would just put that and then I would say a blessing. For my candles, I have 4 white candles and I have some milk and some jasmine. You always want to use flowers. And also the color brown. I want to explain the color brown, why I use brown and white. Well, everyone knows Imbolc represents white for coming out of the winter and starting something new in purification. The brown is for the earth, okay? Because right now we want to nourish the earth. Right now nothing's growing at this time, so I don't want to really nourish growth, so to speak, but I want to nourish the earth so things can grow. And of course later that comes to Ostera. Okay, so what I want to do is pour the milk into the bowl around the candle and sprinkle my flowers. I'm gonna do the same for the rest. Okay. Each candle represents a newborn, whether it's for people, animals, the earth, and then within yourself. If you're starting a new project, maybe a new job, new hobby, new idea, everything's about nourishing what's new. So newborn candles, I like to call them as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and light. And generally I would say a blessing for each one as I light it. And then another thing I like to do is have the soil, because like I said, I want to represent nourishing the earth. And as an offering, I like to pour milk into the ground. But if you're in an apartment or someplace where you can't, you can do this. And that is basically my offering. Simple, easy, fast, but meaningful.
Blessings of Breed, Imbolc, the Sabbat that has many names. I celebrate Breed. So what I have here on my Sabbat altar, this could also be the altar you use for your ritual. I have my flame here. This flame has come from Kildare in Ireland, from the Sacred Flame. This is my personal healing candle that I use when I'm doing vigil. This is my Breed statue. For those who don't know, she is a triple goddess. She has 3 aspects. She's a healer. She's the goddess of animals, husbandry, which is a reason why you have the offering of the milk here. She's the goddess for inspiration of poetry, bards, and she's the goddess for smith crafting. She's a fire goddess. I have a candle holder here of apples. Apples are related to breed. I have a corn dolly here. During Imbolc breed, people would make corn dollies, or you can make a breed's cross. I have a picture of it here. I didn't have time to make one for you guys, I'm sorry. Let's see. So basically, Imbolc is about the hope of light, welcoming the glimmer of hope, welcoming the light. So the point of breed is to get rid of all the stuff that's stored away in winter. Get rid of all the negativity, get rid of all the cobwebs, so to speak. And that's why I have these Yule tree branches. These are left over from my Yule tree. So what I do with these is you sweep out your home. And then you can also sweep out your hearth if you have a fireplace. And in doing so, you make the house new again. You're blessing the home. This is the perfect time to do a house cleaning and house blessing on both the physical and the spiritual level. But once you've done that, you want to burn these. So if you have a burn barrel, if you have a chimney area, so basically you sweep away all the stuff you want to get rid of. You sweep away all the negativity, all the stuff that's building up, because Imbolc is about new beginnings, new inspiration, new life. Whether it's in the belly, Imbolc actually means in the belly, or in the head. I have my Sabbat wheel here because I'd like to have it. You notice I have a lot of candles around because this is a light festival. You want to have as much light as you can. So after you clean away your home, light up the whole house. You burn these branches, you throw away the old ashes from your hearth, and then you kindle a new fire. Now, you notice I have these candles here. Because Breed, the goddess Bridget, is a healing goddess, you can light a flame for each of the members of the people you have at your Sabbat, and have them light a candle from this flame so that they can take it home with them to use in their own personal work. Now, the 4 crystal candle holders I have here, I use to represent the coldness of winter. Now, we all know that spring, it doesn't start now. For most of us, spring doesn't start until April. But basically, this is the formation of the idea. This is like, it's almost here, it's almost here. Which is another reason why Groundhog's Day is very popular here, because it's so tied with this holiday. Not many people know that, but if you look at it, when does Groundhog's Day fall? Think about it. Now, what some people don't mention is during this time, there is an old hag called the Cailleach, or Cailleach. She's the old hag. She walks around in winter. She's usually in the Celtic mythology. Around this time, she will gather wood. It's also tied to Groundhog's Day as well. If she's gathering wood and it's a beautiful day, it means the winter's going to be longer. So she's gathering wood for the longer winter. Which, as you know, if the groundhog sees its shadow, the winter's longer. Which is where that mythology came from. Now, what I like to think of, and there's some of the mythology to back it. As with all mythology, there are some who agree with it and some who don't. But for me, the Cailleach is another representation of Breed. She's the hag form. So for Imbolc, she is becoming the maiden again. This new spark of life. She drinks from the well of youth. So we have the crone to the god, the maiden goddess, to the mother, so that you have the cycles of life.
Bridget of spirit, Bridget of the fairy mound, Bridget of essence, Bridget of the moon, Bridget of healing, Bridget of the common fire, Bridget the fairy woman. Bridget of spirit, Bridget of the fairy mound, Bridget of essence, Bridget of the moon, Bridget of healing, Bridget of the common fire, Bridget the fairy woman.